Hi, I'm Niall Heaney from Gulfstream Boats. Today I want to show you around a Scorpion 8.5 metre rib. She's fitted with a Suzuki 300 horsepower 4-stroke outboard. It was built in 2007. It has only 185 hours on the clock. This is a proper offshore high-end rib. It's a fantastic bit of kit. It's in stunning condition throughout. It's only had 2 owners from new. It's in immaculate condition, a really top end, really nice example Scorpion rib. It's category B offshore rated, and this one, as I said, is fitted with that Suzuki DF 300, a really sophisticated outboard, fly-by-wire throttle and shift, great nav spec on it as well, navigation, electronics equipment, just a really top end boat. This thing has just blown me away. Like, I fall in love with this rib. If I had the money, I would own it. It's an absolutely fantastic bit of kit, and it's in unbelievably good order. The tubes themselves are perfect. It's got this nice big rubbing strake down along her, and that's all in pristine condition. There's no marks in it, there's no scratches, there's no nicks in or wear on the tube surfaces themselves. Coming right back here, she's got the stainless steel Scorpion A-frame on her. It's in perfect condition with these integrated cleats. Got the Scorpion badging is in perfect condition. Coming right the way back to the stern end of the tubes. The ends are in perfect condition, the end cones, rubbing straight the whole way back. The joins here as well to the hull are all pristine. The thing looks almost as good as new. The current owner of the boat is only the second owner. He bought it in 2014. At that time he bought the trailer for it brand new. So the trailer is a 2014 trailer. She's twin axle, she's full UK spec, she's braked. It's a roller coaster trailer. Coming right the way back here, it's in perfect condition. Again, the hull down along this side as well. There's no chunks out of it, or scrapes or damage or anything. It's all in beautiful condition all the way back. Absolutely fantastic motor, this thing. She's only got 185 hours on the clock. This whole boat is like brand new. It's remarkable what the sort of condition this thing's in. With this motor, she is a V6 4-litre power head, really sophisticated engine. It's got twin overhead camshafts, variable valve timing, 4 valves per cylinder. She is, at the time in 2007, I think she was the lightest engine in her class, but also the highest displacement motor as well. So like she's 4-litre displacement. You know, it's a really beefy bit of kit. Whenever you hit the throttle, this thing instantly responds. The throttle response is unbelievable. It's almost like 2-stroke levels of throttle response. You know, it's instantaneous power, big wide power band. The boat just jumps on the plane in no time at all, and she runs right up to, like, this thing, I had it on the water a couple of days ago because I just couldn't resist the opportunity to get in the water. It's a phenomenal bit of kit. But I had her up, I saw 58.2 miles an hour or something on the GPS, and I wasn't even fully lit. I had to sort of ease it off a bit because it was coming up close to the pontoons where there was other boats parked. So I reckon this thing will do, on the right day, trimmed right, you'll get 60 miles an hour out of it, I would say. If you take a look below the waterline here at the back end of her, we've got these big chunky Lenco stainless steel trim tabs on port and starboard side. Stepping into the rib, she looks even better on the inside than she does on the outside. Beautiful looking boat, flexi-teak decks throughout, loads of stainless steel work. It's all completely unblemished. Great big console up front with all your nav gear stuff on it. You've got wraparound helm seat and navigator seat. You've got another couple of jockey consoles behind that, and you've got a full width bench across the rear that'll accommodate probably 3 or 4 adults, and then you've got another little jump seat on the front of the helm console as well. So the boat's rated to carry, she's rated to carry 10 passengers, so 10 people, total load of 1,700 kilos, and that's category B rated for those capacities. So you probably got seating here for 4. That's probably going to be another maybe 3 or 4 back here, so possibly 8, and then you probably fit 2 up there, so like 10, just about have enough seats for 10 people. But a lovely big foredeck on her as well, so if you're carrying bottles for diving or, you know, stuff like that, you've got loads of room for carrying gear up front. And you've got storage underneath there, but if you look in underneath there, you've got your flexi-teak decking continues underneath all of the deck fittings. So it's underneath these seats, it's underneath the console. This A-frame is a beautiful bit of engineering. Really chunky bit of kit. We've got the Navman radio mounted up here, we've got our VHF antenna up here, we've got our GPS antenna, and then we've got a bracket for our nav light, anchor light at the back. There's also an integrated ski tow eye up here as well, which is a really chunky bit of kit. So if the kids are wanting to do a bit of water skiing or wakeboarding, you can use that. You've got a high level ski tow point. It's going to keep the ski rope up clear of the outboard. And this is the anchor locker, the Scorpion anchor locker. The owner was telling me that he relocated this back here from the bow locker. He said he found that it sort of got in the way up in the bow locker, so he stuck it back in here. So you got your anchor, stainless steel chain, plenty of road on there as well. And it stores neatly in this box and out of the way, and it's secure, so it's not going to jump around on you whenever you're out underway. As I said, it's hydraulic steering, it's finger light, super smooth controls. This is a fly-by-wire throttle and shift, so it's super light. There's very little, there's no mechanical resistance or anything. It's just really nice, smooth throttle and shift controls. I'll talk you through the Suzuki engine instrumentation in a minute. You got Lenco trim tab controls up here. We have a Navman 8120 12-inch chart plotter, GPS, sounder, and radar systems. We've got a Clarion stereo CD player over here. Speakers in the console. It's working perfect as well. It's also got auxiliary input. I haven't just found where the auxiliary input is, but there is an auxiliary input, so you can plug in an MP3 player, and she's a front loading CD player as well. And then we've got an ICOM ICM421 VHF radio in perfect working order also. The boat runs at 3,500 RPM, so 3,500 RPM. It was doing 28 miles an hour on the GPS, and I was burning 6.5 gallons per hour of fuel. So that's sort of your economical cruising speed, which is really, that's pretty good going for such a big boat, such a big motor. Flat out at 6,000 RPM, I was seeing 57, 58 miles an hour, and it was burning 23.9 gallons per hour. So if you're going to run this thing flat out everywhere, you are going to burn a bit of fuel doing it. But at the same time, you're probably not going to do it all the time, but it's nice to have it there if you want to. So that's just to give you a bit of information on the sort of fuel usage that the engine that I saw on test whenever I had it out in the water. If you want to go and do some exploring on your boat with a bunch of pals or with the family, and you don't want to spend like all weekend getting there and back, and you want to be able to get back if the weather turns against you. If you're time poor and you want a boat on a time limited budget, this type of boat is ideal for it, because you can jump in no matter what it's doing. Put on the right gear, the right waterproofs and stuff like that. No matter what the weather's doing, within reason, you can go. So if you want to go somewhere to an offshore island for the weekend, you just jump in this boat and just go. Forget about it. Whatever it's doing, it doesn't matter. This boat's getting there, and you can have a bit of fun along with it. And it's just you can total confidence in the thing to get you there and get you back and keep everybody safe on board. We've got this little forward-facing seat on the console. Two big chunky stainless steel handrails down either side. If you like this Scorpion 8.5 meter rib as much as I do, and you want to find out more about it, then please sign up for VIP access on our website at gulfstreamboatsales.com. All you have to do is pop your name and email address into the box below this video on our site at gulfstreamboatsales.com, and you can get VIP access, which is completely free. Once you've signed in, then navigate back to the Scorpion 8.5 meter page, and you can watch the full-length video tour where we go through everything in much more detail. You can watch all the water test footage that we have of this boat. We'll show you around all the compartments, all the lockers. We'll go through the dash and the instrument cluster in detail as well, and just sort of try and show you exactly what this boat can do, give you a really good idea of the condition that it's in, and hopefully help you to make up your mind whether it may be of any interest to you. I genuinely love this boat. It's an absolutely fantastic rib. It's going to be a pleasure for our next owners. And yeah, if you like it, sign up for VIP access and check out that full-length video. Thanks very much for watching the video.